I would love to transition a little bit into some of your tour life, because I think that that is a super interesting aspect of being an artist. That isn't talked about as much, and I just think people are super curious about it, and most people don't know how grueling it actually can be, or how great it can be, depending on how you do it. So I would just love to hear some of your experiences, and maybe we can go into some tips that you have for people that are potentially going to go on tour one day.
Yeah, I mean, the first tour we did was incredibly overwhelming. I had a friend who was an assistant. The management was like, "Do you need two people?" I was like, "I mean, based on the amount of work they're asking, I guess so." And even that was like, it was my first tour, and I didn't really know. I've been editing for years, but the amount of work you're getting, the amount of footage you're getting every
Mm,
day, and the time constraints. I mean, we were doing for the 2018 summer tour, it was a weekly YouTube video, anywhere from like 5 to 15 minutes, which consisted of usually like four show days, on top of daily Instagram videos that would be
mm,
recap shows. And I was taking photos during the shows. So that felt like a lot of work. And I was kind of pushing my assistant to be logging the footage and doing everything. After that tour, things kind of settled down a little bit. And you realize, like, especially for people who are starting to go on tour, like, just breathe, find a
mm,
system that works for you, because it was getting stressful. It was like that the work was not fun. And
mm.
balancing with the tour where, I was lucky enough to be with a group that's awesome and all are very friendly and we became friends. And so you want to hang out while also filming. And then, that leads to longer days and times of like, man, I don't really want to edit right now because,
Mm.
even if I'm going to go film, the band is doing something,
Yeah.
and you have to find that balance.
Mm.
So work wise, it's a lot, but it's really fun. I mean, tour is really fun. It's like a summer camp, a traveling summer camp where you get experiences. If you have great artists and great people, like, it makes it so much better.
Hmm.
Um, it's definitely a lot of work though, so that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. Follow up question to the first thing you mentioned with working with RCA. You're essentially a freelance artist for RCA. Essentially, they hire you, like, the subcontract you for these gigs.
Yeah.
Or okay, so it doesn't. It's not like they sign you as a videographer. They just sign you as a freelance. Yeah, that's interesting. That's pretty
Yeah.
cool, actually.
Yeah,
Huh.
it works out because it allows me to do all the other passionate
Yeah.
things I'm passionate about, as well as other gigs,
Yeah,
other
that's a cool
other
gig.
bands and stuff. Yeah.
That's a cool gig.